I got my lunch on the go today. Well, not my lunch, my dinner. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel here at Rooted and Rebuilt Health. Today, we're on the go, which brought me to my next video and my next point. Oh, we can actually move up a little bit. This is beautiful. Don't mind me. I'm just here at work right now. Sometimes I drive or chauffeur high value clients around as just a way to have some side money. Like I said, we're here in the beautiful Manhattan right now by MSG. Boom, if you've never been to Manhattan. Let me get out for you guys. So as you can see, we out here in Manhattan. So as you can see, we're on 7th Avenue and 33rd, Fashion. So right now we're not home today, we're on the go, which brought me to my next point and my next topic, how to stay ahead of your health while you're on the go. Now, not every time when you get out or you go out, you're going to be able to have access to clean options of eating. You're not going to be able to have access of the foods you would actually eat to stay on target or to stay on par with your body goals. It's not always the easiest to find food options that are healthy or that are going to keep you on pace when you go out. You know, you're just kind of taking things for random, especially if you don't know the area. See, like for example, right now, I'm on 33rd and 7th Avenue, right? So the only thing that's around here are bars. I'm literally right next to a Smash Burger right here. Like, I'll show you guys. It's a Smash Burger. And then also some other places that 34th Street got. But then again, if you've never been to New York, eating in the city, eating around here, it is expensive. And they're also not using the best quality ingredients. You know, a lot of these places are going to use seed oils. They prefer profit over quality. So what do you do in these situations when you're going out and you still want to stay ahead of your weight loss? If you still want to stay on par, you bring your food with you. Listen, it's even me, as far as I am in my journey. You know, I've lost over 130 pounds, not to make this video about me. But even to this day, when I go out and I know that I'm going to be out for an extended period of time, I do not run the risk of trying to eat somewhere local because I don't know what's going to be around. So I much rather be in control of my meals. I rather be at the forefront of everything and go and bring my meals from home. So the best advice that I can give you, first and foremost, for staying on top of your weight loss stuff and staying on top of your goals, is to cook your food before you leave. Now, if you're going to be going to a restaurant or something like that, that's a little different. What you do in that situation, you go and you look at the menu before you even go out, before you even get there. When they invite you out to dinner the day before, week before, because let's be honest, guys, 9 times out of 10, you know a couple days in advance that you're going out to dinner. So what do? Go and look at the menu in advance. Remember, when you guys go out to a restaurant, you are the customer. You are the client. So that means that that restaurant, regardless of the fact that, you know, the chef has a certain way of cooking and those ingredients are in that food for a reason, if you don't want something on there, you don't have to have it added. Tell them to remove it. And here's a quick little tip. If they're being sticklers about removing it, or you're afraid to like be that person, just tell them you're allergic to it. Once you hit them with the food allergy, it's over. They're taking it, they're not even gonna cook with it. It's not even gonna be near your plate. So just a little, you know, a little bit piece of advice. But when you go out to a restaurant, like I said, look at the menu in advance, look at what they have, look at the options, and then go from there. Let's say you're someone who you're going out to an area for the first time and you don't know what to get. The best thing that you can always do is just go for protein and vegetable. Now, sometimes you can't control if it's in a sauce, if it's fried or whatever, but For the most part, just go with protein and veg. If it's fish, just ask them if it's wild caught. You want to always make sure you're being mindful of these ingredients. You can also even go and ask the people what type of oil do they cook in. There's an app, I don't know if you guys know about it. It's called Seed Oil Scout. Look into it. Seed Oil Scout is an app that it goes and shows you in your local area all the places that are, all the places that sell food, obviously, but it tells you exactly what oil they cook in. So that right there is going to help you stay at the forefront, not to be eating places that are cooking in soybean oil, vegetable oil, canola oil. It tells you the restaurant, it tells you where it's at, how close, how far. It tells you what oil they cook in, the grade, to watch out for certain things. Like, it is a really, really good tool if you want to be on top of your health when you're going out, because that is a very, very tough portion of weight loss and controlling your weight journey. It's when you go out, because just because you're on a journey or just because you're on a health kick doesn't mean that you have to stop having fun. You have to stop going out. You have to be so restrictive. You can still go and have fun. You can still go and do the things that you like or go out with your friends. You just have to be a little bit more mindful and eat a little bit different than your friends. Another little piece of advice that I could give you when you're going out, right? This has to do if you're going to be eating and drinking. If you are going to be drinking, that means you need to eat clean. If you're not going to be drinking, you can have you can have your little cheat meal, you can have your normal meal that you would have if you went on your own, but never stack a cheat meal with alcohol. Honestly, you should be staying away from alcohol as much as humanly possible. But if you're going to be going out to a place that serves food and drinks and you want to have a drink, make sure that you eat clean in order so that you can have a drink. Or if you're going to be staying away from alcohol, you can have your unhealthy meal and then you just stick to water. But do not stack eating unhealthy with drinking alcohol. Alcohol slows down protein synthesis because your body's fighting to get the alcohol out of your system, because alcohol is poison. So it cannot have proper protein synthesis when it's too busy doing other things and fighting to get the alcohol out your system. If you know that you're going to be going out, eat before you leave. You don't want to always be the person who's the killjoy or anything like that, but it'll be much easier for you to say, oh no, I ate before I left, than for you to sit there and then eat a meal that you feel guilty about, and now you're going back and forth with yourself, guilt tripping yourself, like, damn, now I gotta starve myself tomorrow, I gotta this, I gotta that, I can't do this. No, eat before you leave. That's the best thing I could tell you. If you know that you're not going to have self-control, eat before you leave. It's the best thing that you can do. But those are just a couple little tips that I had in mind for you guys for when you're out and about, when you're not going to be home and you're not going to be in full control of your meal. You can still be in control of your choices and how you go about things. So best option is always cooking your meal and bringing it with you. That's what I did. I got 10 ounces of ground beef right here. Another thing that you can do is look at the menu, look at where you're going to be going before you go there. Look at the area, see what's there, see what's around. The third thing that you can do is eat before you leave. Definitely, that's always a good option. If you're going to be going out and you're going to be going to an establishment that serves food and drinks, you never stack both. If you're going to drink, you have to eat clean. If you're going to not drink, you can not eat clean. It's the reward of it. Just don't do both. And, last but not least, if you do go out and you don't know what to get, safest bet, get a salad, get protein, get vegetables, stuff of that nature and regard, and you can never go wrong. If you got some value out of this video, you comment, like, subscribe, share this video with a friend, someone who you know struggles with going out and not knowing what to do, or they always find themselves in a situation where, well, I'm always on the go when I'm working and everything, just like me. Most these jobs that I do where I drive people around, I'm usually on the go or I'm away from the house for extended periods of time. So what do? I cook my meal, bring it with me. I'll eat before I leave. Like, I'll eat a very heavy meal because I know what I'm gonna be. I know what it entails. You know, I know that I'm gonna be out on the road. I'll also look at the area, make sure that, you know, they have some healthy spots. If anything worse comes to worse, you can go to like your local supermarket that's in the area, maybe a store or a deli, get a protein bar. When it comes to protein bars, I only like eating David's protein bars, 28 grams of protein for 150 calorie, all clean ingredients. I love them. I stand by them. That salted peanut butter one is ridiculous, bro. It's phenomenal. It goes crazy. But like I said, make sure you share this video with a friend, someone who you know is struggling with eating properly or trying to stay ahead of their weight or to stay on top of their weight loss journey, but they also want to enjoy themselves. They also find themselves out. They work long hours out of the house. Share this video with them. Sharing is caring. And over here, just like you know our motto, this is Rooted and Rebuilt Health. It's your boy JP, and we're rooted in health. We're built with a purpose. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Come on, man. I'm putting real value out there for you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Yeah.